things that you've been through in life, being in jail and like, then she's a bodybuilder, Teresa. I'm like, you have the strength, you have what it takes, just more mental where, she let go.
Virtual reality. Christie Pearce, I am so excited that you're here. We're in air conditioning. We have showered this morning, maybe. I mean, I did, because that's not really always the case on Special Forces.
No, not at all.
Now this show is so intense to watch, but I can't imagine living it and experiencing it. How was that?
Yeah, it was once in a lifetime, let me tell you that. Right, nothing I really expected. I knew it was gonna be hard.
Okay.
I knew I was gonna face fears. I just didn't realize it was gonna be 24 hours a day that I'd be dealing with this.
Is the thing. And also it's like you're facing fears and also facing some intense people, because it is funny. DS Foxy on the show is, because he's so intimidating and scary, but it's funny, I met him in person, he's so sweet.
Serious?
Well, because
I don't know that
wasn't,
side.
no, I know, I wasn't in the setting for that. Yeah. But he told me that you are the one to watch this season.
Really?
He said that he was very impressed by you.
Okay.
Yes, and how does that feel? Because how...
That's an honor, right?
Yeah.
Coming from someone like Foxy, who like is screaming at you, who's like, I mean, I love the discipline. Like, I truly embrace that discipline, but it was a whole nother level. So you never know how they feel about you. You're like, I hope I'm not disappointing them. So it's great to hear that.
Is that kind of, does that harken back for you from like the athlete side of you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like going in the training like that, where like you're getting like, or like a bird, like getting yelled at all the time, but like you don't know if it's like for a good reason or a bad reason, you just know what's happening?
I always say like feedback and someone that's yelling at you or paying attention is always a good thing, because they think you could do it, right?
Okay, yeah.
So I was like trying to take that in, because I'm like, he is yelling at me, telling I'm doing horrible. Like, I thought you were an athlete. All the comments, you're like, okay, I think I'm hanging, but like, you just don't want to disappoint them as well as the recruits, right? You want to draw the respect from them so that you can lean on each other. Because we don't know, I didn't really know anybody heading into it.
Well, and I also feel probably, I would assume there maybe is an added pressure coming in as an athlete, because you're like, I'm supposed to be good at things. Like, no,
I'm like, I got this physical stuff. No, I don't got this physical stuff. Like after the first relay, I'm like, oh, this is nothing I've ever experienced.
No, it really is a very like intense, intimidating factor. And were you familiar with the show before you signed up? And did you do any research, or were you like, let me just go in blind?
Yeah, I went in blind. I did know about the show.
Okay, yeah.
Like former teammate Carly Lloyd was on season 1, watched the episode where they, submerged her underwater, and I was like, that's it, I'm done. And like, I want to see Carly as I know her. Like, it's just, it's intense, and water is obviously my biggest fear.
I was gonna say, and now you are facing that.
And so then I did watch some clips because I wanted to get an idea, but then my best friend, I was like, you watch it and just tell me what I need to be prepared for. So then she would, call me and be like, all right, you're going to deal with heights. Don't cheat on anything. Like, if they tell you to do 10 burpees, do 10 burpees. So I was like, okay. So I was getting kind of the narrative through her eyes.
And do you feel it almost helped you more to face your fear with like the added pressure of like, okay, well, I do want to win. You know what I mean? Like, do you like, you know what I mean? Do you feel like it helped you push yourself?
Absolutely, because I have a lot of fears. However, when I was on the show, it was like, I have to do this. So I didn't get the butterflies or the heart pounding or that nerves, because you didn't really have time.
That's true.
To be honest, it's like you turn the corner and you're like, oh boy, this is what I'm doing, right? Because they put you in this mindset and they tell you a story, they tell you what you're going to be doing, and you're planning it out with your team, and then it never pans out to be the way it is. By like, day 6, I'm like, okay, like we just have to go in and approach this a little different.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it is interesting, because it is funny, whenever the Special Forces cast comes out, I'm like, okay, I feel the athletes are going to have all the more physical stuff on lock, but the people that come mainly from a reality TV base, they're not, it's not that they're not afraid, they're just not a stranger to opening up a lot about their past challenges, because a lot of them played out on different shows. How was that for you? Because this is kind of a bigger foray into you opening up more about some inner battles you have.
I would say that was the most comfortable I was doing the task. I was uncomfortable, like in the barracks, like figuring out and talking to these, opening up.
Yeah.
Like those were more the pressure situations for me, as like, okay, how do I explain who I am? Why do I explain why I'm here? And it's like, I've competed at the highest level, but I haven't been on cameras. I haven't been in these situations around like people of real high status that are comfortable.
And also because I feel it's a thing where they're probably like, where someone's like, oh my God, well, my divorce, right? And you're like, oh, I'm talking about my Divorce? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
And
I know, right away. Day 2, I'm talking about my divorce.
Yeah, did
Day
that
2.
surprise you, how open you got
Absolutely.
to be?
100%, because a lot of my teammates don't even know what I've gone through throughout my divorce and what I've experienced. And here I am, day 2, trauma bonding over like everything that we've been through. And I feel like I've known these people forever. And I am now giving them every information of what I've experienced through the divorce. And then I was like, oh, what did I just do? But it felt amazing. I've never really cried like that ever in my life. I've never had a full-on meltdown. I've never had like a lot of expression. I'm a very like, don't show.
Yeah.
You know, in sports, it's like body language is everything. Don't show you're in pain. Don't show like your emotion. So I didn't even know how to cry and talk at the same time. So then I'm like, I'm so embarrassed. I cried. But you know, you get all those emotions, but that's part of it. Like that's why I went on the show is like, hey, this is what's happened to me. You know, this is what I've been going through my whole life after I retired.
And do you feel like, because you said a lot of your teammates haven't even heard you open up like that, do you feel that was part of you weren't ready to talk, or just you're like, I don't want to show weakness, quote unquote, because like you were saying, sports is all about putting on the tough face?
It's like weakness, you know, when you're a captain and a leader, you know, you're the strong, independent woman, you know, I wanted to be strong for my girls. You know, it's like you don't want to expose too much, so then they have to face, you know, the consequences of that. So I think I was just protecting my kids. Now my kids are older. You know, they understand a lot of what's gone on. So I was like, I'm ready.
Have they been watching the show with you?
Yeah.
How are they?
One's in college, so like she'll call me.
Okay, how are they enjoying or tired of seeing mom on doing all these challenges?
Yeah, they're loving it. You know, especially the clips that we get sent to post. They're like, I can't believe you've done this. Like, my one daughter's like, your face in the mud. Like, I don't know if I can watch the show anymore. Like, she's like, I just can't take it. And I'm like, it's all part of it. You know, it's all part of it.
I mean, I hope you told them they should be lucky, because some moms brought their kids with them. Teresa, you're like, you want to be Gia?
I know. No? That's what I said. I was like, I have no problem. My younger daughter with me. She's not quite ready, but they were like, no.
And we know because second episode, a lot of people are. But it's funny, the Bravo kids never last long because they have their emotions on track. But then Eva and Teresa dipping out. Did that surprise you how quick they?
Yes and no. You know, like at first you're like, all right, she's not going to make it far, but she's tough. You know, and I was like, the things that you've been through in life, you know, being in jail and like, then she's a bodybuilder, Teresa. I'm like, you have the strength, you have what it takes, you know. So, you know, I was impressed by her, you know, like she physically could do all the challenges, you know, it was just more mental where, you know, she let go.
Yeah, and also, you know, she's a Jersey girl too. Maybe she just want to get back home.
Exactly.
She's like, I just want to say,
she has other things to do. I was like, I got a little taste, let me go.
Have you, because I do love that you are also from Jersey like myself, were you familiar with Real Housewives of New Jersey?
I knew of, you know, Teresa. Gia I knew through my kids.
Okay, yeah.
And then, you know, the only people I did see prior to filming was Gia and Teresa because they're on my flight. And I was like, are we doing the same thing? And then Teresa had her boots on. So I was like, yes.
Oh, okay, that's
so
a good
gave it away, right?
Yes.
So I was like, noted, you know, so I was like, okay.
I mean, now that you have a little taste of reality TV, would you ever want to, do you feel like you could foray into being Teresa's friend on Real Housewives of New Jersey?
I could, yeah.
Would you want
different housewives?
Different housewives,
right?
yeah, would that, because like, this is what's so exciting about
Yeah.
Special Forces. It's a way to get people who, like before, like wouldn't really know how to like, what is reality television? It's a great way, you're like, okay, I'm doing this and I'm enjoying it. Is it something you would want to welcome more opportunities into?
Yeah, it was definitely got a good taste of it. I will say I missed it when I came home. Like I was like hard to get back into the real world because I just missed being with the recruits, missed that like team part and also like the intensity of it. You know, but it just for me it would be just getting used to cameras.
And cameras also, but the thing is the cameras, I don't know what would be more tricky, being submerged in water and mud or like dating and having conversations all the time at dinners. Yeah.
Right. That's it's different. You know, when you're exposing yourself versus like not communicating but going through a task.
And it is, I'm wondering how, because you said it was hard, it was an adjustment for you to recalibrate post show with cameras. I'm wondering how your day-to-day changed, because we talked to Brianna and she said that like now she's running miles all the time. She's her dates are now hiking focused, everything like that.
Yeah.
Have you adopted a lot of lifestyle changes from Special Forces?
I mean, a little similar, but I definitely amped up my working out.
Okay, yeah.
You know, I definitely am more focused in on the gym and, you know, going for my walks, get my 20,000 steps. Like, like I'm very focused on that.
Wow.
Because it was just like, I struggled in some aspects on the show. So I'm like, you know, I need to like broaden the way I train. So yeah, and a little bit more healthier. So I lost a good amount of weight on the show.
Yes, I was gonna say, you was like looking ripped, yes.
Yeah, so I lost like 15 pounds, you know, put some of it obviously back on. But then I'm like, am I overindulging at home? You know, obviously we weren't fed a lot, but I was like, wow, like in 10 days I lost that much weight. Like, come on.
I mean, I would have to have a full feast when I get home.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't eat. When I came home, I didn't eat for like 48 hours.
Because you just were not used to, like...
I just couldn't acclimate. I was just like, the heat, like I was exhausted, like just, yeah, every food made me like nauseous. Okay. Yeah, it was very different.
And I know you said it was once in a lifetime, but if they were to, because we don't know how this show ends, we don't know how far you make it, if they did like a Special Forces, like reunion challenge type situation, would that be able to convince you?
I would definitely do it again. Certain aspects I would like, you know, I'd have to get over a mental piece of it because I'm like, oh, thank God I never have to do that again. But now I'm like, you know, you never know.
And who would you want to come back with you from this season?
Oh, I mean, Sean. Yeah. Sean's awesome. Yeah. You know, she's like obviously partner sleeping next to her, I got to know her, but she is just locked in.
Locked in. Oh my
locked
God.
in. But also then like reassuring. Because she watched all the episodes, so I'd be like, I was like the little kid, I'm like, what's next? Oh. You know, and she's like, oh, and I'm like, she's like, well, normally sometimes 5. So like we had that like little rapport. I'm like, I'm probably driving you nuts, but like.
That's when you're like, what's the answer?
And
hello?
Like, are you done? She's
but
like,
I'm
no.
sure the genius of the Special Forces is like, oh, you think you know what's going to come next?
Yeah, exactly. No, you never know.
Sorry, Sean.
No. As much as she knew too, she's like, didn't expect that one.
No, oh my God. Yeah. Well, that's why I am so excited to watch the rest of the season. It's going to be so good. Yes. And thank you so much for stopping by.
Of course, thanks for having me.